Kicking the bits. Well, first of all, what is a kick in the bits? A kick in the bits is exactly what you think it is. Stop being coy. What bits am I talking about? You know, we can be inclusive. Any kind of bits you need to kick. What does it mean to kick somebody? Why do you kick somebody in the bits? That's what I want to know. What is a kick in the bits? Like as a martial arts manifestation, you know what I'm saying? Like you're squaring up with somebody. He said something about you, called you a stupid booby. Now, you got to defend yourself. You have to protect your honor. You can't let that go. So you step up to this person. You get ready to fight. You put your hands up. Okay. What are you going to do? Are you going to kick him in the bits? Is that your first move? No, it's not I hope not. Shame on you if it is. It shouldn't be, you know, like fight like a man. Anyway, no, your first move is to jab. You want to step around. You want to show them what you're capable of. You want to say, this is my range. This is my power. This is my speed. No, you don't resort to kicking somebody in the bits until that fight has gotten way out of hand. You know what I'm saying? It's no longer a fight at that point. It's a scrap, and you just want them to stop. You need them to stop now, as a matter of fact, right now. That's when you kick somebody in the bits. Much less of a game at that point. So I guess that's what I'm here for. This is just an introductory video, by the way. This is not a real video. I hope one day I can do some sort of production or something like this. But really, I just need to make a video or else I'm never going to do it. I don't have a lot of time. A lot of people need a kick in the bits. Okay, the software industry needs a kick in the bits. I'm coming for y'all. For real. The society as a whole needs a kick in the bits. And I like to say the internet needs a kick in the bits, but that's really just an offshoot of society. There are a lot of problems with technology. Technology has come to define my life. And I guess now is a good time to talk about who I am. My name's Tommy. Tommy Preston, as a matter of fact. I got two of them. Pick one. I don't care. People in their obsession with names has long been lost on me. Names and labels and titles, and lots of sounds and very little value. I used to be a musician. I grew up as a musician. Well, first of all, I should say I'm a millennial, since that's what everybody has to have that classification now. I'm a millennial. I was born. My first game console was Sega Genesis. I'm just put it out like that. I was born, and everybody was listening. I was born right at the end of the 8-track era. Perhaps, maybe. I remember 8-tracks anyway. Cassettes were like my main thing when I was young. Cassettes. I remember CDs taking over cassettes. We didn't have caller ID when I was born, you know. And we've moved from not having caller ID to caller ID to you know, to the cell phones, and now people call you on your computer while you're trying to watch fucking porn, you know? Anyway. It's like, don't call me on my computer. Don't VoIP me. I don't like that. I don't like, personally, I know some people like that. I don't like that. Don't bother me. That's why I got the phone. I got the phone so you can call me on the phone, not so you can bother me on my computer while I'm trying to watch furry porn. I like furry porn. You know what I'm saying? It's my thing. I'm trying to, like, leave me alone. I just want to do it on my own without including you. Anyway. I've seen so many different types of technology. It's kind of crazy. which is why, as a millennial, I have to say, they talk about millennials and Gen Z and all these things. It's like, honestly, millennials, y'all need to listen to us. Y'all need to listen to us for real. Because I've seen the younger generations. Y'all just had a phone. Y'all just had the phone. I had like 2, 3, 7 different things. You know what I mean? You know how many different forms of MP3 player I had? It's ridiculous. I remember when CDs were as big as records. You remember that? They didn't even call them CDs. I can't even remember what they called them. It was short. It was such a short period of time, but they had CDs as big as records, as big as my face. So I feel like, anyway, I digress. I feel like technology has come to define my life, but it's getting out of hand. Literally, out of your hands, not out of mine. Never out of mine. I'm an evolved Linux user. I'll code my own internet long before I pay to use someone else's. But it's getting out of hand. The people are starting to lose a grip. The internet's become this corporate place where people just log in. It's like, how many passwords do you have? You know, how much of your data is on someone else's computer? Eventually, some of y'all, I know, it's probably all of it. I know a lot of people who don't even have computers. All they use is cell phones. Everything they have is stored on the cloud. I think your power is being taken from you. I think computers offer power, which is why I should probably talk about who I am. I was a musician. Nothing to do with computers, nothing to do with technology, not even really that much to do with people if you think about it. I think people think of musicians as these very extroverted. I was a trumpet player. Trumpet players are particularly extroverted. But you know, you spend a lot of time alone as a musician, a lot of time alone. The amount of time you spend preparing for just a 30-minute expose, it's a lot. It's a lot. There's a wide, big curve there. And I think it was that loneliness also that sort of made me who I am. I've always been alone. I'm just not a people person. I was a kid who played with sticks. I would much rather play with sticks than you, to be honest. My parents tried to send me off to camp. That's why they kicked me out. You know, y'all wasn't that fun to play with. I don't know what to tell you. Sticks had better stories. I loved music. I learned a lot. Learned a lot on my own. You know, I'll never forget the time I talked to a teacher and I asked her, I said, what's the difference between a major chord and a minor chord? And she said, major chord sounds happy. Minor chord sounds sad. Pissed me off. Pissed me right off. There was no greater motivating factor, I think, in my life to get me out and to learn, because that was not an answer to me. I was a serious musician. I was classically trained. I needed to know the answer for real. I was really asking her to explain music theory to me, but she wouldn't. She was a high school teacher. I mean, you know, not to say that she didn't know, she just probably didn't want to, because high school. But still, that motivated me, it pushed me out to go out and learn on my own. And I did. And I learned that I liked learning, and I learned that music wasn't really enough of a subject to learn for me. I learned music theory. I internalized it, but there wasn't that much. Mostly just practice. You learn the theory, then it's practice. I didn't want to practice. I wanted to spend more time on theory. I wanted to learn more things. And so I did. I left music I went into computers. I went into a lot of things. I had lots of jobs, worked lots of places with lots of people, most of them unsavory. But I learned a lot. And I taught myself computers. I taught myself the code. I taught myself web design. I think I sit at a pretty privileged position, and this is probably the most important point for me to make, because I think I should have a little bit of pedigree. If I'm going to be online complaining about stuff, maybe I should have something to talk about. But I think I have a unique perspective here, because I'm totally self-taught. Everything I know about a computer is self-taught. In fact, I've never even spoken to another programmer, except one. We met in Denny's, talked about maps. I guess he made maps. He was a professor. Cool guy. But that's it. That's the only programmer I've ever spoken to. You know, I've started a business, kind of a failure of a business, but I've done things programmatically that I can't really talk about right now because they're proprietary. I'm working on a lot. I hope one day I'll be able to come out and share all of that stuff. But I do think I have a pretty privileged position in terms of software, in terms of society, and society as a loner, as a complete and utter loner who doesn't do normal human things with the rest of you fine folks. I sit back and watch. I love you all. I would be so bored without your drama. But I'm gonna do my own thing. I gotta do my own thing on my own. So I have this unique societal perspective, and then I have this unique technological perspective in that I self-taught programmer, but also I've coded my own stack. That's my claim to fame. Is I started with web design using WordPress, and it was not fun. Didn't like it. I had one other person. He was a designer working with me, best friend, and we tried to make a go at it. You know, we sold everything we had. We traveled the country. We made some websites for some people, and we ran into some people we didn't like. We made a little bit of money, and we spent a lot more, and it eventually came crashing down. But it was good. It was a good learning experience. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Actually, when I think about myself now, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So when that broke down, I was making WordPress websites, didn't like it very much. WordPress didn't work for me. All the websites, all the web design stuff didn't work for me. I saw the tools, I saw the processes, I saw the DevOps. I didn't like it. I didn't like any of it. I don't know why you guys do the things that you do. A lot of it is such a waste of time. And if I could say this to the programming community, stop trying to program people. That's the last thing I'm going to say about on the technical side. I'm going to have a video just for the software industry, I promise you. But stop trying to program people. You can't program people with a computer. It don't work. Anyway, so I had to do it all myself. I did it. I had to do it all myself from the CLI right up to the web framework. I made my own database. I don't use it that much, but I made my own database. I did everything. I made my entire tech stack myself. Because I'm stubborn, I guess. That's just kind of type of person I am. Haven't been paid a dime. No, I think I can monetize it in the future, and I think it's going to be it'll be a pretty nice product when it comes out. But this perspective that it's given me on the software industry and on people as a whole, because I've seen a lot happen in this industry. The type of people have changed. It's not that the people have changed. The old types of people are still out there. We just don't want them anymore. They've been kept out of existence. The people that are here now, it's a different type of people. I don't think I like those people very much. The things that they want are different. and I have a little have issues with that. We have to want better things. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into detail. This is just supposed to be an introductory video. I just want to let you know who I am as a person in general. Sort of, kind of. When I think about it now, like I'm basically kind of like the modern day Terry Davis, except I can dance. And you can't download my distribution. It's not for sale. That's the other thing. That's proprietary. Everybody's selling themselves out these days, you know? I talk about it in the software industry. Software is what I know. The people have, the youth, the younger people have been selling themselves out for years. The entire startup culture has been a scam, just as much as college has been a scam, right? They get you out here and they tell you that they want to invest in your product, and they're not investing in your product. They're buying it. They're buying it from you at the lowest price possible. So that bothers me. I would like to see less of that. I would like to see more people take ownership. The truth of the matter is, and I think this is the sort of at the heart of what I would like to say all day, every day, this entire channel, everything I have to say is really, if it's easy, don't take it. If it's easy, don't take it. You're selling yourselves out on so many fronts, I can't even keep track. And keeping track is all I do. A lot of people are going to have to learn to do things the hard way. Hopefully the hard way gets a little bit easier. Anyway, I'm out. My battery's about to die and it's hot.